It's Danny Garola here with our Facebook Paper Pumpkin Live. You can find all the dimensions and all the good fun stuff that I do and the alternatives to this kit over on stampinthepinkbarn.blogspot.com. Probably tomorrow, because it's going to take me some editing and all that fun stuff for getting the photos done and all that good stuff. But yeah, this is a super cute box. It is no longer our kit. This kit is no longer available. This is the one that I was telling you guys about when we did last month's kit. It was the Here's to You kit. But this one was the one that they were saying would be so great for your youngsters, that it makes 12 cards, 3 of each of these designs. So it's kind of simplified for, you know, either new stampers or even seasoned stampers, because I've been doing this a while and these are so stinking cute. And the other cool thing is we can always make these cards something different. We don't have to have them being just what they are, right? We have the ability to change them up and make them our own. What are you doing? You're such a weirdo. So my husband comes creeping and crawling into the bedroom here. I hear this creaking going on behind me. He's trying to be so stealthy and sneaky about coming in here. Crazy guy. Okay, so I ordered some new stuff, so hopefully this will help us with our lighting situation. I think it's gonna be okay. I'll have to, he left out of the room. I'll have to tell him that you told him hi. He looks so funny though, I have to tell you. I turn around and here he is, like, slowly crawling through the bedroom. Okay, anyways, that was just kind of funny. That was kind of the highlight of my day, because he was trying to just be so quiet and cute about it. Anyways, okay, so Danny Garola here with Stampin' the Pink Barn. All right. So our upcoming for May is the Batters Up, or Batter Up. This paper pumpkin is going to be some of those nostalgic baseball, kind of the sports fans. This is great for, let's say, Father's Day, but Father's Day is in June. So this even comes with a couple pieces of bubble gum, so you can either chew it while you're crafting or slide it into one of your cards. I think this makes, oh yeah, it makes 9. This makes 9 cards. And coordinating envelopes, as well as this. They always try to make sure they give us envelopes. So I will have to put the link up for the new paper pumpkin. I know if you scroll down a little bit, you can see the subscription on there. All right, so let's get to this. I am going to use the colors that it says that it coordinates with is Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Old Olive, and Terracotta Tile. So I'm going to be using Terracotta Tile, Old Olive, Bermuda Bay, and Blackberry Bliss. And I've already opened this kit up because I needed to kind of see what I was going to do to make some alternatives for you guys. So as usual with all of the paper pumpkins, you get an exclusive Stampin' Spot ink pad. I'm not going to use this today. I'm going to use, like I said, these here for my alternatives. I will stick with the Bermuda Bay like they have on the original cards. It comes with a great little spool of, what is this? Bumblebee twine. You get an exclusive stamp set that nobody else will be able to get unless they've subscribed to Paper Pumpkin. So it's got like your little, can you see it? Or do I need to put a piece of paper behind it? You've got this watermelon, the popsicle, some little dotties on there. And it says, hey there, happy birthday, way to go, and you are so cool. Then you have 2 sheets of your, what are these things called? Your sentiment pieces. And look at this sparkly wonderfulness. You have 1, 2, 3, you have 6 of these starbursts. They look like little starburst pieces. And then you have these, which they separate, and you have 2, 4, 6 of those. So you can even use the negative in this as well, because you can never have too much glitter. All right, so here, these things are huge, by the way. Let me see if I have a ruler here, how big these things are. So they are close to 5.5. So they're, you know, almost the same size as a regular card. But those are the kiwi popsicles. Then you have some of these really cool rainbow popsicles. Then you actually do have a rainbow. So there's 3 of each one of those. And then 3 of those. And 3 of your watermelons. And then you have 12 envelopes with this really cool stripedy background, which goes all the way down on the inside of the card. And for our alternative, we're going to be cutting one of these up. You get your dimensionals. You get your, what are they really called? Glue dots. I call them snot dots. And you get 2 sheets of these really neat stickers. So kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. So I will go ahead and make you one of each of what the kit actually makes. And the neat thing with the stickers is what they've done with the stickers is they've put them on the backs of the envelopes to like seal the envelope. But you could do whatever you want with the stickers. Give them to the kids and let the kids play with them. All right, so let's start with our kiwi. So this card just folds right in half. And where's our, okay, I moved them over here. So I think our camera is way better where I have it set up now. If you were on and you saw me on Monday, the camera was way up over here and it was flipped around, and I think just the whole thing really kind of made things wonky and it wasn't working quite gravy. So I've decided to move it back to the correct, or not correct, but the way I had it before. It just seems to do so much better here. I bought another light when we were out today. So I'm here, but my internet is not working. Ah, I know. It's been kind of crazy with the internet. So today we get up extremely early. I call my mom. She wanted to take a trip to Costco. So I think I told you guys that a couple weeks, or like a week and a half ago, she got into a car accident with my son. And so her car's been in the shop getting fixed. And she wanted to go to Costco and stuff today. So I told her, I said, okay, I have to take my son to school in the morning. So can you be over here, you know, at like 7:30? Well, we are not real morning people. So 7:30 is like a, oh my gosh, what are you trying to do to me? And so she was here and we got all ready, took the kid down to school. Oh yeah, the other thing is if on your very first Paper Pumpkin subscription kit that you get, you will get a block also. So really, the only other thing that you would need, and they're only for cutting any of the twine or anything that they give you, is a pair of snips. Because they give you the adhesives, they give you the block for your stamps. So it's kind of a really, when they say an all-in-one kit, that's really no joke. Okay, let's get these all stamped first here, since we've already got some stamping going on and we're gonna get the ink out. So like I said, this kit came with the Bermuda Bay, so we're gonna stick with Bermuda Bay on the original cards that they have for you to work with. So let me get out some other blocks here and get these all mounted. And I really like the font on these stamps. They're kind of big and bold, really kind of cool. All right, let me flip this down and get on here better. That one says, "You are so cool." And this one's "Happy birthday." And you are free to switch these up however you want. All right, so we're gonna come in with Bermuda Bay. And our "Hey There." Way to go. And check out this Bermuda Bay with those greens. You look like you have a little bit of Granny Apple. You've got the old olive in there. You also have some of the, I'm gonna say, pear pizzazz is also kind of on there. I just think it is so pretty with this Bermuda Bay. I mean, this Bermuda Bay is such a pretty color anyways, that you add that green to it. Oh my goodness, it really kind of pops. All right, there's "Happy birthday." And "You are so cool." Okay, so on with my story, what I was telling you guys about taking my son down to school this morning. So we go to take him down. So we get him in school, whatever. I go, you know, his school is about a half an hour, 45 minutes south of where we live. Tucson is kind of central, and his school is about a half an hour south from Tucson. And then where I wanted to go to the Costco is up in way up on the north side, actually the northeast side. So I was approximately probably about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes away from where he was. I get a phone call from the boy and he says, "Mom, you need to come get me from school." And I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute, what the heck just happened?" You know, I'm thinking, you know, of course, as a mom, your mind kind of starts thinking, "Oh my gosh, there's like a school shooting," or there is, who knows? You know, of course, we just start thinking the worst. So he says, no. He goes, "There has been somebody that he has been in close proximity to had gotten the COVID virus." So I was like, oh, okay. So he said that I needed to come get him because he had been close contact, is what they call it. And I said, oh, okay. So I go, "Can I talk to like a teacher?" Or, "Well, all we have is what did he call her? An aide out here with us." And I go, "Okay, well, I would like to talk to somebody who is not a kid and let me know what is going on, or so that I can, you know, ask an adult some questions." Not that, you know, him being 15, like he doesn't know what's going on, but I just thought, you know, that's kind of odd. I would think if it was that big of a deal and I need to come get him, wouldn't like a teacher or somebody call me and let me know? But no, they didn't. And I still have not heard from any teacher or any, you know, office person or anything. So I told him, I said, I need to talk to somebody. And he said, "Okay, well, the only person that's out here is a teacher's aide." And she sounded extremely young, which I'm assuming a teacher's aide would be probably maybe a senior that follows them around or whatever. So I said, okay then. I said, I need to talk to somebody, so it doesn't matter. Hand the phone to someone. So he hands the phone. Oops, I was supposed to put that up on dimensionals, but we'll dimensionalize the whole thing. So I told the lady that I handed the phone to, I said, so what is going on here? I said, you got to kind of give me something here. Not just, my kid calls me and says, oh, you need to come get me. And she goes, well, the thing is that he's been in close contact with somebody who has tested positive. And you need to come get him. And I said, well, I'm all the way up on the northeast side of Tucson, so it's going to take me some time to get down there. Oh, that's fine. We got him outside. And I said, okay. I go, well, it's hot. I hope you guys are providing water and stuff to these kids. You throw them outside, and, that's kind of not cool. It's not their fault that they were, exposed to somebody like that. So, and she's like, oh, no. We'll move them inside if it gets too hot. Okay, whatever. So I just that is still crooked. So I just kind of let that go, and I was like, all right, I'm at the gas station right now. It's probably going to take me about 45 minutes to an hour to get down there. So whatever. I get down there. I go inside of the front office, and I'm like, I'm here to pick up my kid. He goes, well, they're all outside of the building over there. You're going to need to call your kid and let him know. And I was like, what? You guys have to know that I'm here to pick him up? And so the whole thing was just really kind of screwy, to be honest with you. And he said, well, if you call your kid, he'll just come out and meet you and blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay. But I knew Corbin's phone was almost dead because he had just talked to his dad, and he told his dad that his phone was about ready to die. And his dad told him, well, you better get off the phone because your mom's going to need to get a hold of you when she gets there. So luckily the guy, though, let's put this up on dimensionals since I didn't do the other one, but I kind of like it like that, though, to be honest with you. But we're doing it the way that they want us to. So we, he gets on his little walkie-talkie thing, and he calls down to wherever Corbin was and has the aide get him ready to know that I'm outside. So by the time I get back outside, Corbin's already out there by the car. And okay, so all those little pieces are done. Aren't those beautiful with that Bermuda Bay on that shimmery, sparkly, glittery silver? Oh, I love it. So he's waiting out of the car for me. But in the meantime, I asked the guy, I said, so what's supposed to happen? He goes, I really don't know anything about it. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're sitting at the front desk. I get text messages every single day. Like, no joke. Every day I get a text message from his school. Normally, they all say that it has been he's been in close non-contact. Well, I don't know what the heck that means. But it says that another kid or another person at the school has been tested positive for COVID. But apparently my son hasn't been in close contact with that person. So, okay, cool. But they have to have protocol by this time to know what to do. So the lady tells me, she goes, oh, well, he can come back on Monday. He can't be here today, so you need it when you pick him up. Obviously if I pick him up, I'm not having him come back. But she said today, Friday, and he can come back on Monday. And the guy tells me inside before I walked outside, he goes, he's got a letter. It should explain everything to you. What? Wait a minute. Why can you as a person not explain to me what is going on in your school that I now have to read a letter? Like, I don't know. The whole thing just seemed so messed up. And then Corbin gets in the car and I said, so were they keeping you guys away from everybody since you've apparently been exposed? And he's like, no. He goes, but they wouldn't feed us lunch. And I said, what the heck? And he goes, no. He said they wouldn't let us eat. They made us sit over on the outside of the building, but the other kids could come up to him. He goes, my girlfriend was able to come over and give me a hug. And I was like, but then that means she was just potentially exposed? And he goes, well, yeah. I'm like, well then, okay, so that's 9. So 10, 11, 12. All right. So we're going to cut this at 12 inches because that's what it says on here, is to cut at 12 inches. This is for our bow. And I mean, you can kind of eyeball 12 inches, but thank you for throwing all the hearts. Yeah, no, it was just, it was so crazy though, because I was like, how do you not know what is going on within your own school, that I'm now like having to like be curious about what this protocol is in this school. And he said, he goes, yeah, Mom, he goes, it was the most unorganized thing I've ever been in my life. And I just said, oh, and they want you to come back on Monday. So I start reading. So I handed the letter to my mom, and she's sitting in the passenger seat. So she starts reading the letter as I'm driving. And she said, she goes, huh? She goes, that's kind of weird. And I'm like, what? And she said, she goes, well, they're saying that he can come back on, that they'll call you the day before. So they'll call me on Sunday, find out how Corbin is doing, or the boy is doing, and they will then determine whether or not he can come back on Monday. Oh, okay. And it says that he was exposed back on April, I don't remember what she said, like 18th, 19th, something like that. I'm like, what? What in the heck? You know that even though you don't have symptoms, you can still be contagious. So you're going to wait until, I don't know. I don't know. I just thought, okay then. What do I know? Apparently nothing. I know that we've all had it in my house, so I'm not too concerned. Not to say that you can't get it twice. I understand that. And the older gentleman that we have living with us, he has been vaccinated. So he would be one of them that I would be extremely worried about. I'm going to cut some of this off because it's just a little too long. So he would be one because of, but he's already had it as well. He's already had the coronavirus along with the rest of us. So that's the thing. But yeah, it was so crazy. And I guess he was telling me, he said, Mom, I don't know what to do. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, I have a physics test on Monday. He goes, how am I going to learn what the test is about if we can't be there? And I said, well, then I would assume that teacher can't give you a test if it's something you guys are supposed to be kind of doing a study up on. It might be from something that he's learned a while ago or like a couple weeks ago, but they can't just kind of throw you to the wolves and say, oh, geez, I put that on there. Stupid. Ding, ding, ding. Come on, lady. And I'm even putting the wrong one on there. See, here I am talking and not paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. So it looks like this one is going to have to be popped up. That's right, because I put the dimensionals on the wrong side. But I was supposed to put my twine in between here. So we're going to fix that. And I'm going to show you how. Because I get talking and, imagine that. My talking makes me brain dead. So I'm going to take that and kind of just pick that up. And then this is going to go right there on dimensionals. And that, that ribbon is just going to be slightly shown. Isn't that so cute? Oh, I love that. All right, so there's the first one. The second one is this rainbow popsicle. Let's move this thing out of the way. And this one gets You Are So Cool. All right, I'm gonna see, with glitter, it just comes off, ooh, like it was butter. All right, let's take this. That's about 12 inches. And because I am not a good tire, I am going to use my good old bow jig here. I have another bow jig that's coming in the mail. My team leader gave us a challenge that if we met this certain challenge, she would send us out a bow maker. And so I thought mine got lost in the mail because my mom had made her achievement, because she's also on the team. She got her bow maker in the mail, but I never got mine. So I called the team leader, or I messaged her and I said, so not that this is your problem, because it would be my problem if it got lost in the mail. I said, you know, did you send those out by any chance? And she said, she goes, I sent out the first batch. And she said, but the second batch hasn't gone out yet. And luckily you're in the second batch. So she goes, don't fret. It is on its way. So, and I was like, okay, cool. I said, you know, I wasn't trying to be that person. I wasn't trying to be a Karen or nothing. But I was just curious whether or not it got lost in the mail, because it happens a lot around. Oh, there's my little piece. It unfortunately happens a lot around here that mail winds up getting stolen, and it's just the way it is. Oops, that's really crooked. I'm really having issues with putting that on there straight. There we go. So that kind of goes in there kind of sideways like that. And then this gets put down with these, or sticks to your fingernail. Hello, Melanie. Oh, you did get this kit? Good. Yeah, it's awfully cute. You know what I was thinking? If my kids were little, this would be a great invitation set for like a summer birthday. If you had like a pool party or something like that. But the only ones of mine that are still young are Kaden, and she doesn't really have anybody that comes around and hangs out with her, so, which is very sad, but it is what it is. And especially with the coronavirus thing, I don't know if I'd be letting a bunch of kids come over here anyways. All right, so there's that one. Cute. All right, now our rainbow. All right, and this one gets happy birthday. Where did the other, oh, there it is. Okay, again, take this thing off. See how easy that comes off with glitter? Okay, the same thing, we're gonna do a bow. So these would be made extremely quickly. And this kit would have been great for kids to get their feet wet on the whole stamping thing, because they could, you know, use the popsicles and decorate the insides of these cards how they wanted to and all that. Or not stickers, with the stamps, wherever I put them. Like these little ice cream and watermelon, they could do a whole bunch of things. Kids are pretty creative. All right, here's another bow. I'm gonna make this just a wee bit bigger. Oops, if I can get the right pieces to stretch here. Okay. And with this, we're gonna do this again, but I don't know if that's gonna work. Bing, bing. All right, that did work. Again, line that up on there. All right, and I'm just gonna grab glue versus getting all those little things out and trying to do that, because I'll never get to the alternatives. All right, and this goes right down here on this card. So kind of a good thing. My husband got his truck sold today. One of the neighbors, they buy old trucks and fix them up. So my husband's got like a, I think it's a 77 or 75. I don't know. It's either a year older or a year younger than me. So it's either a 75 or a 77. But he's got this old Chevy pickup that it was kind of a family vehicle that his brother, so there's that one, that his brother kind of fixed up and whatnot. And before we moved down here, my husband bought it from his brother, and it was going to be then passed on to the boy. But it just didn't work out that way because the boy is not going to be able to afford gas in that big old beast. And not only that, I mean, it would be one of those vehicles that I could probably say I wouldn't mind him driving, because I'm going to move this actually even out further. Because the thing is old, so it is a tank, no joke. It is literally built solid. That would be towards his advantage. But since he has so far to go for school, that is not a vehicle that I want him. I mean, I know he likes the fact that it's this big jacked up truck that, you know, he's a cowboy and he wears his cowboy boots and that it totally goes with his whole, who he is, his whole being and whatnot. I get that. But like I told him, I said, I go, you can buy a truck that doesn't have so much power, because I think they put a big engine or something. I don't know. I don't know much about that kind of stuff. So they put a bigger engine or something like that in it, and it's just too much power for a young boy, I think. All right, I'm just going to go like that and kind of fix this a wee bit. Spread these out. I mean, I know he wouldn't be able to drive very fast in it, so that would be a plus, but what he would be paying in gas would be horrendous. And that carbon footprint that we already leave on this earth, and I'm not trying to be all earthy and that kind of, but I am kind of that kind of a person, that I want the earth to still be here for my kids and my grandchildren. Oh my Lord, did you guys see what I just did? I stuck that piece down and it had those little stickies on it. Oh, look, it came up. Oh, my goodness, my goodness. Little dingy dingy. All right, so that is going to go right there. They don't call me Dingy Danny for nothing. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, that little piece. So that's the watermelon. All right, so those are the 4 that this kit makes on its own, and you can make 12 of those, and they're blank on the inside, so you can do what you wish. So let's get into some of our alternatives. All right, the first one that I'm going to do, I'm using Pear Pizzazz. Along with our, oops, sorry guys, I didn't mean to shake you, with some of our watercolor paint, watercolor paper. That doesn't look like paint to me, but okay. And we're going to use our StazOn, because StazOn is solvent ink, and if we do any kind of water over something like, say, Memento ink, it's going to smear along with the color that we're going to use. So we want to use StazOn because we want it to stay on, just what it's called. All right, I'm going to move this little stamp here because we're not going to need that at the moment. And I need my watermelon. And the sad thing, honestly, is I cannot smell my StazOn pad. And for any of you that have StazOn, you know what I'm talking about. It has almost like a coconut almond, like an almond vanilla smell to it. And since I've had COVID, my sniffer is gone, and I've always been that person that I could smell anything and everything, and I was overly sensitive to every smell there was. I don't have a scent track her anymore. My nose is done and gone. And it's ridiculous because I'll be sitting out in the living room and we'll be watching a movie or something. And I'm like, I'll look at my husband. I'm like, oh my gosh, do you smell smoke? Because we're pretty far out in the country where people around us burn their garbage and trees and all this kind of stuff. So where in the heck did my chamois go? Oh, chamois. Oh, there it is. Because the other thing you need to know that when you go to clean stays on, because obviously since it stays on everything else, and it also is great for acetate and all that, because that it does what it says it does. It stays on and it goes on non-porous surfaces. But when you use the stays on cleaner, which you're going to have to because regular stamp cleaner will not clean stays on off, you need to make sure you rinse your stamps off on something else that has moisture to it. Either go run it underneath the sink, off on your chamois that is pretty wet, or also you could put it on our Stamp and Scrub. That works as well with the solvent after you've cleaned it with that, because something about the stays on cleaner is not good for our stamps. It actually will kind of break these stamps down. And I don't remember, I know it does it worse on either this photopolymer or our red rubber. I can't remember what it is. So I just ate on the side of caution and I make sure I clean off all of my stamps after I've put the stays on cleaner on there. So just word to note. Let's see, what are we gonna do next? Okay, let's bring this in while those are drying. I'm gonna grab my, what is this called? Our blending brush. And I'm gonna grab Old Olive. All right, let's move some of this around here, so I actually have room to move. Okay, so Old Olive. And then I need to grab a piece of scrap. Okay, and I had a whole bunch of scrap down here, and now it's not there. I was cleaning and moving things around that I didn't need any longer. And because things are retiring, so I was trying to move retired things out of the way, like retiring paper and all that kind of stuff, or DSP that I can no longer use in front of you guys, because hey, what fun is that for me to use something and go, haha, never mind, you can't get that, because that's just not cool. So I was kind of moving things around to get new stuff in here. Okay, I'm kind of just doing that at kind of a slight angle, and you can go as dark as you want, but I think I'm okay with that. Then I'm going to I'm going to grab those little dotty, sploochy droplets. And I'm going to come in with those on Old Olive. And just kind of put a couple splotches around, and then kind of turn this a few times. Let's turn it again. And then once we get our little, whatever those are, watermelon put down, we can kind of see if we need some more of these little droplet things. All right, now since we're coming in with our water painter brush, and I'm using this tip. Now, one thing to know about these, I had the worst time, and I thought, oh my gosh, my water painter brush is broken. I don't know what to do. These are backwards. So normally we know that saying, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, right? Oh, no, no, no. These were designed by a man. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mean that. No. But you know how you can always tell, oh God, a man must have designed that. It's totally backwards. No, I don't mean it like that. But this is backwards, where you have to go, lefty, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So you have to go lefty tighty or something like that. It is. It's completely backwards, and same as putting it on. Just remember Danny told you, because you're gonna be like, what in the heck is wrong with this thing? I sat there and I like almost broke it trying to pry that lid off. I was like, okay, my stuff is broke. But it's not. It was Danny that was broke. Okay, so let's put this piece down. And what I'm going to do is move some of my stuff up here, because Lord only knows when I do what I'm going to do, it goes everywhere. And I just bought a brand new shirt today, and I didn't put anything over the front of myself. So let's just hope. I mean, a little bit of sparkle never hurt nobody. So I'm okay with a little sparkle on my clothes as long as it's a little and not a lot. Oh, goodness. Okay. And that is, see how sparkly that is? It is all over me now. All right, I'm going to make sure this is good and wet. Then I'm just going to lightly dip that in there and see, and there's just a little bit on there. And then I'm just going to go like this. And see, I just got a big glop. That's what I want. And then once my big glop got off of there, then I will come in with some little droplets. But this is paint, so just know that you're going to treat it like paint as well. That paint doesn't always just come off of something very easily. Okay, there we go. I like that, because there's some bigger splotches on there. Okay. And doesn't that look like stays on? Gee. You know what you can do? Is you can use this in place, or not stays on, gee, Merry Christmas. Your wink. Doesn't that kind of look like wink? I've heard kind of through the grapevine that if you mix this with, I think it's rubbing alcohol. You can mix this with rubbing alcohol in your wink of Stella pen, and voila, you have a brand new wink. Don't know, never done it, but when my wink runs out, I'm surely going to try it, and I will let you all know how well that worked for me. All right, I'm going to give that kind of a few seconds to dry while we come in with our super cool little watermelon. All right, so with the watermelon, oh, stuck that on top of there. Let me show you a trick to how to get ink onto your paper without having to, because with our old stamp pads, you used to be able to take this and pinch it and get it on the lid. These new designed ones, you can still do that, but I don't like to, just because I kind of have like an OCD issue that I don't want that on here, but that's just me. So here's another little trick. You can take one of your blocks and just do that. Tap, tap. That's all I did. My ink is on there now. I'm also going to use terracotta tile, which I'm going to use the other side, and everything is glittery and pretty, because we all need a little sparkle in our life, right? Especially when you've had a day like I've had, running around like a rabid woman. Okay, so now I need to wet this up. You need to make sure with your watercolor paper that you wet your image first before you go in with some ink. You don't have to, but I'm going to leave this part without going over it, and then I will show you. So I've went around the edge, but I have not done this inside part. So I will show you the difference of not wetting it versus wetting it, and you can see kind of for yourself what you like. All right, see how you just come onto that ink there and pick that up, and your intensity could be as light or as dark as you want, but see how that bleeds kind of into the fruit, almost like how it really would with a real watermelon, because your rind color changes kind of from white to dark. All right, so see, that image dried before I even got back to it. Okay, I'm gonna get this wet again because I have my fan going, so everything's drying awfully fast. So yeah, so needless to say, we didn't get to go to Costco today because we had to, like I said, run down and get my son. Okay, this, I'm gonna get this wet up here, but I'm gonna leave this dry. So I'm gonna now show you what it looks like with it being dry. See how intense that is? Now watch if I come in here and I get this wet and then put that color on there. See how it disperses a little bit more? So you can decide what intensity you want by either making this wet or kind of just going at it dry. I like the wet look because I like it to kind of do its own thing and fan out on its own. But completely up to you. All right, give that a couple seconds to dry. And then with this, all you do is grab either your, what's that thing called? Stamp and Scrub, or your chamois. Just like that, and then it's clean. You would never know that I had ink on there, right? Pretty cool, huh? I've got tricks. Okay, make sure this is cleaned, and because the next time we go to use this, we don't want terracotta tile getting on everything. All right, let me grab a baby wipe. Oh, never mind, my husband just came in and took the baby wipes. That's right, that's what he just crawled in here doing. Silly guy. Okay. Let me see. I need something to daub this because those are awfully wet. Okay, well, we'll just daub with our finger. That one's almost dry, but these ones, and see, and I kind of like to, daubing it and kind of dispersing it is kind of a good thing. Kind of like that. But you get glitter everywhere. Okay, just baby wipe my fingers, get some of that glitter off. Or just rub your fingers on your pants, because that's what all of us crafters do. Okay, there's that. Let's move that out of the way, and let's get these cut, but not with those scissors, because that would really upset me. Especially since cutting on watercolor paper is extremely thick. And if I was to use my ribbon scissors, it would probably dull the heck out of them, where they would probably no longer cut. On my ribbon, and that would really bum me out because I just got those and they were on back order for so long that okay, there's the first one, and then here's the second one. So again, I'm just fussy cutting these watermelon out. Those little slices of watermelon. Okay, this one, I think that white edge is a little too thick for my likings. So cut a smidge of that off. All right, I think we can move this. I think I'm done with having that around. All right, let's bring in, I just got it on my face too. Oh wow. What was I gonna do? Let me see here. I think, do I want to do a piece of, I'm not sure. Well, I think I can either, no, because this is gold. I don't want to do that. I want to take these and just kind of lay those on there, kind of like that. But I do want to come in with one of those sentiment little pieces here. And the big one, either, are we gonna do happy birthday or you are so cool? I think I'm gonna do you are so cool. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna do happy birthday. But watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna kind of make it kind of look like it's doing the worm, or whatever that's called. I'm just gonna kind of crook it a little bit where it looks like it's kind of at a wave. I just like that look. Now can you see it a little bit better where it's kind of waved? So yeah, so back onto the story about my son. I don't know whether or not I'm going to let him go to school on Monday, because here's the thing, if he's been exposed to it, then that means he can then in turn expose other people. So it's never going to end, I feel. If we just keep, I don't know. I'm very conflicted. I guess I'll figure it out. So I'm going to put those down, and then I'm going to take the happy birthday. So I think I really like how these are up on the sides. Ooh, I don't like that being like that. There we go. I'm going to go across like that. So let me put some dimensionals on the back. If I can find where I hid my dimensionals. And put that down, and then I will leave just enough room where I can grab those and put those on. So is that straight? Yeah. All right. Then I'm going to grab these and just glue these right down, where that one kind of looks like it's kind of just hanging out on the top of that. There we go. Pretty simple, but you've got a lot of different elements going on that card. Isn't that cute? I love this Pear Pizzazz. I was trying different colors the other night, and I was like, you know what? I know it doesn't say anything about Pear Pizzazz, but the Pear Pizzazz with that old olive on there just kind of really adds some depth. And then once you stick that Bermuda Bay on there with a little bit of sparkle, because the sparkle just adds so much to it. Isn't that cute? Kind of just simple, but a whole different element to a card. All right, so that was our alternative one. All right, let me show you this one. This one is kind of a neat little fold. Where did I put my, oh, there it is. All right, let me move some of these little pieces out of the way. So we're done with that. So I have to show you, and I'm sure it's probably not new to some of you, and it's not necessarily new to me, but I just thought it was so stinking cute. Look at this little glue holder that I made the other night. So you guys always see my little boxes. I think I moved them up to the shelf above, but the little single boxes that I use, or I have the two boxes that I put two of these side by side. Look at this little one. Isn't that so cute? I know it's kind of sideways to you, but it's got the double holder in it, so it kind of just really stands up. Well, if your glue's not being wonky, it stands up so cute. And then you can put decorative paper on there. I put a little piece of ribbon. That's that paper that we used the other day on those Mother's Day cards, the floral for every, or flowers for every season. So kind of cute. I just had to share that with you. All right, this is our card. So this one is, oh, see, and I still have glitter on me, so I'm getting glitter on everything. So this one is a 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then scored at 2 1/8. Let me get this out of the way, because we're done with that. All right. And then on that 2 1/8 piece, we're just gonna fold that back on itself. I'm going to take a strip of old olive that is 2 by 5 3/8 and stick that down. Trying to put my glue away. Yeah, see, I even wrote 2 by 5 3/8. Just so I wouldn't remember. Whew, but I was doing good today. I remembered anyways. Some days I'm on it and other days I'm not. All right, and I didn't mean to have glitter on there, but hey, we're going with glitter. It's okay. This is going to be one of those, I'm not sure what they called it. I don't know if that's an easel card or what, but it's going to be like that. And then that will fold out like that. And then you put another piece this same size in here. So, okay, I'm going to move that out of the way because we're going to come in with, remember how I told you we're going to cut one of those envelopes? Oh, and let me show you. These envelopes are really big compared to these, but I told you these are about 5.5. So these little popsicles fit in there perfectly, and you still have some space, like say you wanted to put some cash in there, and these are perfect size for like a gift card. Let me see if I still have that gift card sitting right there. Okay, I don't. I normally have a gift card in here so I can show you guys things with gift cards. But you could stick a glue dot to the back of a gift card and put that in here and give that as a gift. All right, let's come in here and just cut this open. And I'm not being super finicky at the moment because see how that has an edge in there? Okay, so there's our envelope. What we're going to do on this piece first, though, to get ourselves prepared, we're going to take that popsicle and one of the, that's probably too small. I'm going to take this one and put that on there. And I think we're going to go kind of like that, and maybe like that again. All right. But before we do that, I'm going to grab that Blackberry Bliss. And my scrap paper again. And all that shimmery, shiny glitter might rub off on that, but that's okay. I'm not a hater for glitter. All right. So then again, just add an angle. Just swish around because I know I'm going to put my popsicles going at that angle. Okay, just like that. That's all I want. Just a very light hint of that. Then my popsicle sticker or stamp. And then this is when I need my memento because I don't plan on watercoloring that or adding any craziness to it. So I'm going to come up here and go like that. Put this one in the middle. And then again, one right down here. Okay, I like that. Those turned out good. Okay, I don't know why I just put that away, but anyways, so that's gonna go over there. I need this thing back out here. And then I'm going to take my envelope and I'm just gonna move this because I don't need that anymore. I'm just gonna stamp 1, 2, 3. Okay, and if I was smart, I would have cut one of these already out for you guys to make you guys not have to sit here and watch me just cut these things, but I'll try to do it quick. Okay, and I will not throw this away. I might cut this piece off because I don't need the white. I have plenty of white, basic white paper, so I don't need that. But I will definitely not throw that away because I don't have any pretty stripy paper like that. This kit was the one that went with, we have in the JJ mini catalog, we have a ice cream set in there that this goes, the paper with that, the DSP coordinates very well with this kit. So if you have this kit, you probably know that, but if you like these ice creams and you didn't get this kit, just know that you can go in our JJ mini catalog and you can look at that ice cream set, and it would kind of probably give you darn near the same kind of, I mean, they're not the same images, but it would give you kind of that ice cream, same ice cream feel if you wanted to make cards out of those. Like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time cutting these things out, but I need them cut. So yeah, on back about my husband's truck, I was so happy that he finally got that sold, because since we're going to be moving here in maybe about 6-8 months up to my mom's place, it was just one of those things that it hasn't ran in a while. It needs a transmission. We already have the transmission. It just needs to be put in the thing. And it was going to be my son and my husband's project, but since, you know, my son's in school now, well, not at the moment, but since he's back in school, public school, and he plans on going to military afterwards, not sure what branch he plans on doing, but either way, he doesn't plan on being around much. So I was like, okay. And when the guy came over and offered to buy the truck, my husband, you know, was like, all right, dude. So that was kind of nice, that one less thing we have to worry about moving. And thank God we're not moving another state away like we did when we moved down here, because we had to drive that truck down here because it was running at that point. All right, there's those cut. All right, now what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to stick these over that, but I'm going to bump them up with dimensionals. Where'd the third one go? Oh, there it is. Jeez. Okay, get all this out of the way. If I only had a brain. Okay, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And you could do these in different directions. Also, I wanted my directions of the stripes all going the same way, but it might be kind of fun if you were to stamp these different ways on that envelope and get some different designs out of there. Just kind of change things around a bit. And then I don't know about putting a sentiment on this one. I didn't really think that far ahead. Go figure. You know what kind of might be neat is one of these strips down like that, and then take one of, where did I put them? One of these banner strips. Can you guys see what I'm doing, or am I too low again? And come across there, or no? No, I don't like that. Never mind. What about a starburst underneath there? And then our circle on there. What do you think of that? Does that kind of... does that make that look too uneven? Should we stamp the, what was the other one? Here's to you. Should we stamp the way to go just directly on there? maybe, because I don't like that either. Okay, I think we're just gonna stamp it directly on there. Okay, there we go. Wow, that really brings out the Bermuda Bay in these. And see, and I guess it might have been cool if I would have put Bermuda Bay over here instead of the old olive, but I didn't, so it is what it is. All right, and that's gonna go right there. So what I do is I take that and I flip it this way, and then I line it up so I know where my glue needs to go. Just like that. And then I know when I flip this back around, I just put it right in the middle, and then I know it's not going to, I didn't get any glue past that one side. Okay, so with the piece in here, what did I do with it? Did I not grab a piece for the inside? Oh, probably not. So that is a, what size is that? That is 3 3/4 by, I believe, 5. Yep, 3 3/4 by 5. What is this? So let's cut that at 5. By 3 3/4. Okay, and then this just kind of gets set in there, and then you just kind of line it up. See, I should have done the inside first, but I didn't. So I'm going to hold that there and hope that that's going to work for us. I think it will. I hope it will. And I need to grab another glue. Okay, so there we go. So then you don't see that back piece until you open this up. And you could put way to go, happy birthday, or way to go, you're so cool. That could be kind of a, you know, you did a great job kind of card. So cute, huh? All right, so that is our second alternative. Then the next one is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Well, I'm not scoring it, but folding it at 4 1/4 because that's the half of our card. All right, this should be quick now. Let's see, how long am I? Just a little over an hour. Not bad, not bad. All right, this is a new paper, glitter paper. It's called Ombre. This is coming in the new catalog that you guys have. This is in there, and it is called our Ombre Specialty Paper. It has got, you've got this, I think this is either So Saffron or Bumblebee, but look how that ombres from the lighter to the darker. So you have more of a, like a bumblebee down here, or a mango melody kind of color going on. And then up here, you're probably more at like Daffodil Delight, or maybe some So Saffron up there at the top. Then you have a piece of Poppy Parade, I think is what that's called. Yep, Poppy Parade. So again, it fades into those different colors. Then you've got a Night of Navy and a Highland Heather. And again, see how it fades, that whole ombre look. And then you've got a Highland Heather. And look at the shine in those. Oh gosh, they're so cool. So I wanted to show you those. They are in the new catalog. You can order that on May 4th. Okay, what am I doing here? Oh, that's right. I needed that little piece. All right, so this is going to go on here. Let me see what I was doing. That's right. I need my little kiwi. Where was it? Yep, I need this kiwi. Well, what the heck? I need this kiwi right here, and I'm going to cut. So I put that cutter away and didn't mean to. All right, I'm gonna get some of those out of the way. So I'm gonna cut this right in the center here. Just like that. Then I'm gonna cut this little stem thing off, the little popsicle stem. A little bit more because that didn't get quite all that off. All right, there we go. And then now I'm going to cut that at 1 inch, 1 inch, and then 1 inch. And I'm just keeping it lined up because since this is now round, I don't want to screw up and make that crooked. So I need 3 of those. So this little piece you can still hang on to and do something with. So we have 3, is that it? Yeah, 3 of those 1 inch pieces. This little piece here is, did I write it on that one? See, no, of course I didn't. I was prepared for those other ones. This is 4 by 3. This piece here is 3 3¾ by 5. Okay. And again, like I said, all the dimensions and everything will be up on the blog. All right, that's gonna go there. That's gonna go there. Maybe I should have cut those a little bit bigger, but that's okay. All right, just like that. So I'm gonna do my 2 outside ones first, and then I can make the margins correct in the inside. Oh my goodness. Oh. Ay, 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 what am I doing over here? There you guys are. I gotta make sure tonight when I'm done with this that I put enough glue out. Just a skosh. All right, there we go. And maybe I should have cut those at maybe like 1 1/8. That might have looked a little bit better. It would have kind of brought those in a little bit more, but regardless, it's okay. And then that's gonna go on there. And that's gonna go there. And then we're going to grab our, I don't want that on there. think I'm just going to come in with this and bring it up, but I'm going to grab that yellow. And I don't want such a crazy bow, big bow like we had before. Why can I not see our comments? I don't know. Yes, I know these are not my cutter, my ribbon cutting scissors, but we made them work. Okay, just like that. Okay, that's gonna go on there. If I could keep that turned to the right way, that would be even better. And then either happy birthday or you are so cool. I don't know why I can't see. Oh, there we go. Wasn't letting me see the comments. All right, again, I'm going to kind of move this so I get that you see that? There's like a string thing or something in my ink pad. There we go. Try to do it without sticking my fingers all the way in there and making a hot mess. Okay, glue dots, or not glue dots, we're using dimensionals. Oh, see, it looks like I did stick my finger in there because I can see it on the back of these. All right, then I'm gonna kind of just take that up. If I could get that to stay up there. There we go. But let's make that maybe a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna turn it where I kind of just try to catch, I want to catch the bottom one up there and then the other one down there. There we go. So I can still see part of that bow a little bit. There we go. That's what's hard when you can't see it, but you want to make sure it's kind of still there. Oops, is that not? Okay. There we go. Oh, I didn't glue that yet. Did you see that? Make sure you glue it before you think you're done. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, and then this one, like that, like that. That's how you do it. You do it just like that. Just like a kiwi. It's like a kiwi fruit. All right, there you go. So we have the sparkle with that yellow daffodil delight, or whatever you want to call it. So saffron, bumblebee, sparkly new ombre paper. Again, with some of those kiwis to pop that old olive. And I think that's just so cute with that extra added yellow kind of hanginess there that you could cut those off or leave them as long as you want. I mean, that thing just came up, but yep, there you go. Kind of cute. So there's all of our cards for tonight using the So Cool stamp set or paper pumpkin kit, which is no longer available, but you can surely know that if you did have it, now you've got a couple of alternatives that you can play with. So you've got your 2 ice cream cones. Something else I also saw from, you guys know how I love watching Rachel Tessman. She did, I just have to explain this to you because it is the cutest thing ever. She took one of these little popsicles things and she grabbed, here, let me show you on one that's not decorated yet. So she took, we're just going to do this one. She took this, she cut this bottom part off and then took like a white card. She made this, she took her blender brush and did the, what's that color we're using? Bermuda Bay, and made kind of like clouds. Then she took some old olive and ripped it and made it look like it was green ground and grass. Then she took last month's kit, that Here's to You, and took the tree stamp and stamped some old olive trees across the back. Then cut this back flap off, cut the little stem off, and stuck that down. So let me just flip this card over to kind of just show you what it looked like from the back standpoint. So you could imagine this would be grass and this would be blue up here. Then she took this stem after she cut it off and put it on the popsicle like that, like a little door, like a little gnome hut. And then she took part of it, because this little door, so you could, I mean, if you cut it off of another one, you could put it up here like a little chimney, like if you were to just have half of it. So it would be like that, and then this piece would be flipped up there. So it would look like a little gnome house with the little trees behind it. Oh my gosh, it was so stinking cute. And I was going to show you that one, but I just thought, oh my gosh, I don't feel like getting my other kit down and all that. But I figured I would explain it to you just to kind of tell you how cute it was. Or you can look up her cards. It's Rachel Tessman, Stamp Your Art Out. She makes super cute cards as well. But yeah, there's the 4 original that come with this. And then here's my alternatives. You've got that, and that. So cute. Or let me say, so cool. There we go. Try to get them all in there. So what do you guys think of those? I could just see Andre crawling in the room. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Like, I heard the floor creak and I turned around and here he was all stealthy, like crawling across the floor to grab the baby wipes so he could go change Caden. And I was like, what are you doing? He goes, I was trying to be quiet. So I was like, okay, you were being quiet, but that was just so funny. Like, because if it was the boy, he would just come walking in and be like, hey guys, what's up? You know, but no, the hubby's all trying to be all stealthy and quiet about the whole thing. So anyways, so when you cut those things off like I did for that right there, you have now this little piece that you could do whatever with. It's kind of an extra added little thing there. All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend and stay safe. Stay kind to one another. And I will drop the link for this upcoming paper pumpkin, which, like I said, is the Batter Up. It's all that nostalgic baseball business. And it comes with the chewing gum, which takes me back. So, you know, my cousins, I had all boy cousins and I was the only girl. So I remember them collecting baseball cards. And I remember them getting the bubble gum in it. And we would all, as much as I didn't care for the baseball cards, we would fight over the bubble gum. No joke. Because it was like something that Grandma and Grandpa didn't have bubble gum at their house, but they would bring their baseball cards and we would all hang out at Grandma and Grandpa's house and fight over the gum. So I'm sure the grandparents probably appreciated that. So, All right, you guys, have a good one. Thank you so much for joining me and watching these super cute cards. I hope our lighting was better tonight. I hope there wasn't a whole heck of a lot of glare because I need to get a reflector. It's called kind of a reflector cover over my new light. But I think with the camera being up here now, it really gave you guys kind of a better view. I'm hoping maybe I need to tip it down just a skosh now that I see kind of what's going on. But yeah, I think the camera arm up over here on this side does a lot better. So, all right, you guys, have a good one. Okay, good. I'm glad the lighting was good. Yeah, I think I like the camera being up over here. I don't think I'm sticking because, oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed a couple weeks ago when I watched the replay when I was doing the editing on it. And I kept seeing my head in the camera. I was like, oh, no, no, no. I haven't made 38 video. I think I was maybe on 36 then. But I was like, I haven't done this for 36 weeks just to kick myself backwards to look like I just started making these videos. So I just figured, okay, yeah, it is the new light bulb. It's the, which one did I use? I actually used the 75 watt this time. Because I bought the two different packages. I bought one that was 100 watt. And until I get my my new surface on here with the no glare, the wood finish that I'm going to put on the tabletop, I went with the lower wattage, the 75 watt, because I figured it was already glaring off this tabletop, kind of as you can see, like right in here where it's kind of just hitting that black. So once I get the new tabletop put on, I'll try and see. I mean, this light seems to be pretty bright and seems to be doing okay. There doesn't seem to be a whole heck of a lot of shadow. And that was the other thing with the other light that I had up and the camera set up the other way. You guys were getting a major shadow of my phone camera coming down. And that's just, nobody wants to see that. So, because you guys want to see the prettiness of the cards, right? All right, you guys, have a good night. Thank you for sticking around. Bye-bye.